In this video, we will dive deeper into understanding of price action and price action rules. Now, when I'm observing a structure like this, I have to make a decision which bias I'm going to follow and what is the direction the market is most likely going to go. Now, I'm going to use price action rules, I'm going to use the trend line rule, and also I'm going to analyze the overall bias. Now, to the left, I can see that we have quite a decent bearish downtrend. Now, I generally don't use price action from previous day, but now I can see if I connect the first two swings, it really makes the wider downtrend fit nicely, and more importantly, it gives me a bearish bias. So we have bigger channel working lower. This means when the bigger channel is down, I'm expecting for price action to right now continue working bearish. Okay, I'm not looking for a wider uptrend like this. This is way too broad because this pattern is the bigger one. So I expect this to be just a correction, and in fact, it visually resembles clear two-legged pullback. So for this reason, I'm going to stick to following the short-term channel with the break new high. So we have break new extreme. We have a push below EMA, which is confirming our bearish thesis. And right now you can see this high is much lower than this entire downtrend basically where it started. So this was the bigger pattern. You follow the tight two-legged pullbacks, and right now price action continues working lower. And we have, counting from this highest high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long failure. Now this is a failed second entry long below EMA, and because we expect price action to reach new low according to trendline rule, and it's at the EMA getting rejected, this is a decent high probability setup. I have to mark it more aggressive though because it didn't trigger above this bullish bar. It's a little bit of an inside bar. So if you have a better bar, this is a clear high probability setup, but the way it formed on my chart, it's a little bit stalled. Your stop loss goes. One thing about the single bar, you have to ride this out a little bit. Now second entry short would have been amazing, but it never triggered above this bull bar, so there was no push higher, so second entry short technically never triggered, and market continues working lower. We expect new low, and this is exactly what is happening. We have new extreme, so I'm going to mark my new low, but I'm going to attentively analyze this push to new extreme because, as you can witness, price action is strongly continuing working lower, and this is important because this is way too bearish than we initially expected. The bullish pullbacks are ridiculously tiny. This is looking like a healthy, strong downtrend working lower, very consistent, a lot of small bars working lower, and we can't even touch the EMA. So now I have to make a decision how strong the bearish bias actually is, and it's quite strong. So there's a chance that we may continue working lower, and for this reason, I'm going to redraw a secondary channel, something like this, copy put at the bottom, kind of like a spike in a channel. We haven't touched EMA 1, so this is reasonable to expect stronger bearish bias. Now we have second entry short, new low, first entry short pullback, second entry short, which is a high probability setup if the trend is down, which it is, and we're at the key entry point. Problem is we are not full at the EMA, and sometimes you can take setup plainly off the channel, but it's a little bit more advanced. You definitely shouldn't do this when you're a beginner trader, so you really need to be more advanced. But because we're not full at the EMA, I recommend waiting a little bit more unless you get more experience under your belt, and this is definitely confirming, okay, our analysis. This is truly indeed starting to be a very strong downtrend. You can see how the bullish pullbacks are when you still cannot touch the EMA. Work with the price action. The price action is giving you all the information you need. You don't need any other indicator. Everything is being provided to you based on pure candles, how they are forming and how strong the pullbacks are. So we are right now correcting. Can we get a second entry short at the EMA? We cannot, far from the EMA. New low can reset. And we have sideways consolidation, and we have failed breakout. Now, most breakouts out of trend ranges will fail, and this right here is a small version of a trend range. Why are we thinking about selling at this point? It's clear. The downtrend is in play, and we expect new low to be tested. So this is failed breakout, but once again, it didn't trigger here. Your first initial signal bar is this bullish bar. So it's very hard to pull the trigger here live because it just didn't offer a great signal bar at first. So you may consider it would have been better to get a nice second entry short. By the time you get a second entry short, you cannot sell you directly into these lows. It's way too far down. It needs to form a little bit higher here, right after this failed breakout. It pushed lower here, and now you're not full at the EMA and you're selling into these lows. You have no room to scalp out, so I cannot definitely just sell now. Unfortunately, new low was made, or almost new low, micro level bottom. I'm not thinking about reversal. This was really strong downtrend, so there's still a big chance that the market will continue working higher. And you can see how price action is stuck at the bottom portion of the chart. This can help you to get another clue over the market. to truly know that the bias is way too bearish. When I see structure like this without adjusting the price scale and the price action is only at the bottom half of the chart, I have to really squint my eyes to see what's happening here and really zoom in. So much I'm through him. This is a strong bearish trend. Break, attempt to create new high, push below. We're expecting lower high. We didn't get lower high, and now we definitely have clear technical new extreme. Okay, so we have new extreme, so I'm going to pause looking to sell. I'm definitely not thinking about buying. Okay, we know first entry short, second entry short. Lower high is a bad doji inside bar. Now we cannot take the first, second entry short after there's a break in new extreme. It also formed bad. But if there's a break new low, a lower high after second entry short is doable. We could take this. Problem is, even though the context is good, it formed really bad doji signal bar. So something to think about in the future. If you see a setup like this and it forms much better, you can take lower high after second entry short after there's a break new extreme. So price action is just going sideways a little bit. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark the support. I'm going to mark the resistance. Now I was even eyeing possible a channel something like this, just in case. Not really too reliable, but it would still explain why price action is not reversing, because we have a break new low. Why are we not reversing? Why this is consolidating so strongly? But remember, you cannot sell into these lows, so just be patient. I'm not selling, I'm not buying. Okay, we're breaking this downtrend. We're at the top of the trend range. We have first entry short, and we created a new extreme even for this channel. This channel was not that significant. You don't really have to draw it, but it's additional clue to help us understand what's happening in the market, that we have a break new low, and we're most likely not going to continue working lower anymore. And indeed, market is reversing higher quite strongly. So finally, the cycle makes shift. We had a downtrend break new low, long consolidation, and market is bottoming out. Buyers are stepping into the market, so we may have bullish reversal to the upside now. But we don't have any good setup, so we can't really. Now we have a lower high, and few traders took it. Problem is, there is no downtrend being present, and because we bottomed out so strongly and such a strong push above EMA, it really looks like the market is about to switch gears here and reverse bullish. I don't think we can take it. Okay, now I have to adapt to wider bullish channel because we are clearly reversing now. Oops. You're observing if you can get second entry long at the EMA, which you cannot get. Market continues working higher. I'm going to redraw short and downtrend, so just following the price action. Okay, following the shortened channels, trying to make sense of the structure. I cannot go longer in this downtrend. There's no good setup anyway. We have break in extreme. Okay, and price action is forming a little bit of a congestion here. I'm going to mark the congestion, and we're breaking higher, and this is actually a decent high-low breakout pullback. Okay, why does it breakout pullback? Because we broke above the congestion. You can see congestion, we broke higher, came back, tested it. Most breakouts will fail, at least temporarily. Now this would have been a great high-low breakout pullback. You can almost get ready to go long here. I'm gonna get my arrow here because you will see I'm preparing my order, but it didn't trigger. You can see it stalled with this bar, so unfortunately we can't really enter. Next time when you get a trigger above this bar, you can go long. I can mark it mainly for educational purposes, for you to have this setup registered in your mind, but you can't really technically enter this because there was no break above this bar. The entry didn't trigger. Okay, so you expect new high, so next time there is going to be a trigger, you want to take it downtrend, played out, congestion, breakout, pullback, high low, and market created the new extreme. So right now, with the new high formed, where's my new high? Right here. And you can see right now, this was still distinct bearish bias. So I'm not really going to be expecting any wider channel. I don't necessarily want to redraw another wider channel. Your general rule is draw the channel that you would identify first when you would watch the market develop live. Because sometimes, let's say for example, you sit in front of the chart late and this is the structure you would see, you may have inclination to draw it wider like this because you missed the setup, don't want to admit that. So I use the rule that if I come back late and I have the tendency to make my channels wider, I just use the rules. How would I draw the channels if I would be watching this developing live? And just like we went through it, when you're watching this live, you select this channel. It has 3 confirmations, the tighter one with the break new extreme. So I'm sticking with this one. I'm pausing my longs, but at the same time, I cannot sell. I would need to see full second entry long, but we have flat EMA in all these bars, bullish bar, no entry here. Just wait this out. This is too congested. Wait market cycle to do its thing. I'm gonna mark possible trend range. So this is pretty much no trade zone. You cannot really be even looking for setups. You expect price action to go lower eventually, but just because you want something doesn't mean that the market may not take its sweet time. So you gotta wait. Okay, we're finally breaking lower. So this is what we want to see. Market is breaking in the direction we want. So I'm expecting a second entry short at the EMA. Okay, we broke higher again. Okay, we have break new high, another small break new high. And you're below EMA. And you have right now a lower high confirmation setup. And because this leg down needs to get new low, okay, according to rules, and the uptrend played out, this is a great high probability setup, lower high confirmation setup. It actually first broke higher. I remember this trade. It broke higher first and then reversed down. So your entry was probably technically on this candle, because engulfing entry, I mean, you can use engulfing even for lower highs. Engulfings are mainly for traps, failed second entries. So if you saw reversal up and reversal down, you would have had to enter engulfing, but it is preferred to wait for this signal bar to finish because it first broke higher and then reversed down. So great setup. And market is taking right now push lower. Now we expect market to go lower. We have a small break new high, new low, but I can see geometric formation of these highs. So this allows me to draw channel like this. You can see how nice it fits. It gives me more of a bearish bias. We're breaking this channel, so I expect new extreme. You have lower highs, lower low, so it makes sense to expect another channel. And you have second entry short. Second entry short while the downtrend is new extreme, but it's way too far from the EMA. Cannot be marked fully high probability setup, only more aggressive. And price action continued working lower, so this was quite confusing, but it makes sense. This channel was just temporary channel, so I'm gonna widen my channel a little bit here, and it looks like the stronger downtrend may kick in. I was looking even for any wider channel, but it was just too broad at the time. You can't really count on this just yet, so nothing for me to do but to follow the short-term channel. Okay, there's no entry. I'm gonna redraw the short-term uptrend. There's no setup here. Okay, we have a break in new extreme, and price action continues working lower. And as we're pushing lower, this is where I'm starting to look for better channel, because this was all the reversal attempt that bullish momentum had and instantly failed. So I was looking for some channel like this, trying to make sense of the structure, why it keeps pushing lower. So if I'm going to connect these first two swings, and this was kind of the significant move where the downtrend possibly started. So this is why I'm looking for a channel in a location like this. I can look for channel here, but it feels a bit too broad for me to get any bounces of it. So I'm going to make it a little bit steeper to get a better channel of here. And right now, okay, this is good. This is what I want to see. If you're still doubting the channel, you'd like to see second entry short, which never formed, and now it's clear. When even the first entry short held here, it's clear that we are trading a bearish bias and this channel is correct. So I'm back to thinking bearish. Trend is down. I'm looking for high probability setups to sell. We have new low, first entry short, second entry short, and also you have congestion. And we have a failed breakout above the congestion. We have two high probability setups in one, second entry short, and a failed breakout. Great tier 1 signal bar at the EMA at the key entry point. Market continues working lower. Okay, I'm gonna redraw my short uptrend. We have a second entry short, but we have a horrible bullish bar. The uptrend is in play. I cannot take it. Okay, price action continues working higher. Now I kind of like even this channel fits a little bit better because there's candle here, tail here, tail here, tail here. This one fits a little bit better. Okay, now we have a break in extreme, and you're kind of hovering around this key level. There's a micro double top being formed, and because this channel is a break new high, now you can already see similarity. If you are attentive trader, you can see it looks very similar to this kind of similar behavior, like break new high, like break new high. So you may consider this setup right here, but this is much better entry. Lower high confirmation setup, exactly to what happened here, but this time you're back in this key entry point. You expect new extreme. This is a lower high confirmation setup. Actually, we can treat it as new low, first entry short, second entry short. This is how I'm going to mark it. Doesn't really matter. You can treat it as kind of like a both second entry short that is also acting lower high, to this high. Now you have a valid second entry long, but the signal bar is bullish, so we can't really go long. Now, if you entered below this bar, let me see, you know, I don't mind even entering here, even though the first signal bar is so bad. We definitely cannot sell here. You can kind of wait for the second bar. Didn't finish that great, but I can see why someone would pull the trigger because the contact is so strong here. You're at the EMA, you're at the trend line, you need to get new low. So I'm going to mark even this failed second entry long. But you can already see that there's something wrong with this. It didn't form that well, but the context is more important. And in this instance, the context is telling you we're going to go lower. Uptrend played out. It ended up stopping you up by just one single tick. Then reversed, no break lower. So this is unfortunate. Sometimes this can happen. Little fake out, nothing you can do. Don't really overthink it, don't sweat it. Your idea was correct. There was just one little pullback. No lower high for you to re-enter, unfortunately. And market continues working lower. So we have second entry short again, but we're not full at the EMA. New extreme. So because we have new extreme, I'm gonna mark the new low. Okay, we're breaking here. I'm gonna redraw the bullish channel. Okay. So right now I expect new high for this channel, secondary leg. I cannot go long, however, this was a strong trend down. Market continues working higher. Okay, we have a breaking new high. I'm also going to predict possible trend range now, because that's what market does. In cycles, when there is a break new extreme and the trend down was so strong like today, there's a big chance you're going to have a market cycle consolidation. We have a new high for entry long. So right now I would like to see failed second entry long because we have clear two-legged pullback, range highs, push below. Can I get a failed second entry long? And there was no trigger below this bearish bar. So even though failed second entry long worked, we can't sell below bull bar, can't really take it. But this is what you're expecting, clear two-legged pullback. You combine with a strong bearish downtrend. You can even make the trend line slightly wider so that it is still in play. It's just a tad wider. And now you're getting the confirmation, okay, the trend line may be wider, but the failed second entry long formed just bad. Okay, this is concerning. Massive bullish push. I was supposed to be expecting second entry short at the EMA, but right now I'm going to be more careful. Which channel is going to get new extreme? This downtrend or this uptrend? We're leaning more bearish, but no good setup here. You know, short and uptrend in play. I don't really like any entry. Can't go long. This was a bearish downtrend. This channel may get new extreme. Can't go short. Too much congestion. Okay, we're working higher. So I'm just going to redraw channel like this. I don't like drawing channel too wide. Okay, this looks good. We have a failed breakout out of the trend range. Can we get a failed second entry long? And we don't have a failed second entry long. And I can already see that now it's getting way too late. You have a new low, first entry short, pullback second entry short. This downtrend needs to get new extreme, but the signal bar was a horrible bullish doji. And you can see now it's getting too late. So this is the big picture for today. You can see still main bias is bearish. For this reason, I'm not looking for why the channel break new high. You're expecting for market to pivot around this area. Market continues working lower, and because you keep working lower, there is probably another channel, and we enter the break new extreme. There's a possible slightly wider channel. It's very close, doesn't really matter. There was a 10 for new low anyway, and no clean setup in this consolidation. So this is how we navigate the price action using price action rules. I hope you had a good trading day. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna talk to you next time. Good luck with your trading.